real deal. So the first Big Island video is our plan to move to Hawaii, landing on the Big Island initially, and spent it near Hilo. This week we moved from the east side to the Kona or west side, just south of the area known as Captain Cook, right around here. We drove around the south side on the Island Beltway or Highway 11. We pulled off to check property and visited the southernmost point of the United States. The United States, of course, has a tactical presence in several parts of Hawaii, and South Point is no different. Here we discovered another wild, windy, and stunning vista. The bluest water. Close by is the famous green sand beach. Sorry, no pictures there. Here at South Point Park is a monument to the thrill seeker. And not just a monument, a chance. My nephew Elias loves such a challenge. Elias does these acrobatic displays around the world, like these ones in Germany. So I had to show him something we found here at South Point, and it drew his attention immediately, and yep, he's working on a way to fly down here as we speak. Take a peek if you dare. Just jump in, climb back up the ladder, video it, post it on TikTok, and repeat. And of course there's more. If you act now, you may also enjoy this lovely pit and tunnel to the sea. A good place to hide your treasure if you never want it back. Here I am looking for that outlet to the ocean, and I decided, well, maybe I'm not afraid to do a little jumping myself. Thought I'd go down for a closer look. And of course, whenever there's nature and people involved, you might see some things, strange things, that you can't unsee. Then after that, we got back in the car, and some scenic miles later, we arrived at our next VRBO arrangement, this time a full cottage. Got a carport and a trusty security gate. It's very nice inside, a bit more room than we had last time. And even a little peekaboo view of the ocean out there. A cool little trick is we got a Verizon hotspot box and take it with us everywhere we go. So we have our own internet, just in case the local internet isn't any good, and we also have a car adapter that we can plug this baby in and have a hotspot wherever we drive as long as there's cell service. Speaking of car and house, like we've seen so often here, there's always some busy and curious inhabitants to check us out and see if we dropped any crumbs. This one is one of the darker ones we've seen. They're black when they run around on the black lava, but there's also some more colorful ones. These ones have some phenomenally bright colors, and we always love checking them out and seeing how friendly they are. But sometimes they don't even bother to wait outside. This fellow came in somehow, and we politely ushered him back to his 4 or 5 kin on the porch. Our search for property to call our own has been quite intense, and then out of the blue, as it were, we considered this house, which has 2 rental units that would practically pay the mortgage and own for near nothing. Or living in a tiny house on the water. The options were all open. But then suddenly, we hit the wall. Perhaps the Aloha spirit embraced us and inhabited us, and we just felt the need to chill and let the future take care of itself and come in its own time and way. Off to the nearest beach we went. There's Peggy. She's collecting collectible things for her collection of stuff she collects. I often help with the search when I'm not blissfully walking barefoot and shirtless through the sand and warm waves. We found some really colorful and interesting stuff. Then we went back to the apartment and sorted it out on the counter, and it looks like this. Afterwards, we drove for a little while up to the nearest town for some chow. As is often the case, our little green friends showed up. They like picking up the little things people drop and giving them a lick and a taste. So of course we had to get some Hawaiian shaved ice, yummy. And our view of the Western Pacific was here as well. This time we found human company and chatted with this slightly discombobulated fellow while eating.
Aloha, Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you, you too.
Afterwards, Peggy gave him a hug. He cried. As beautiful it is here, there's no substitute for a beautiful heart and a caring touch. Peggy has a way of making people's days that way. I take none of it for granted. Everything in Hawaii seems so insanely expensive, especially with the recent inflation, but we found a prime rib and rice for $16. All in all, a great week. Sunday we were up here a little early for our 40-minute drive to church. See, look at the watch. It's clearly Jesus time. And, well, the members are as warm as the weather is here. Our fellow Christians, it's a great place to be. And what isn't on this island, really? Sunday afternoon, we looked around at all the beautiful plants and fruit-bearing plants that are around here. There's everything. Bananas, oranges, lemons, passion fruit, mango, guava, you name it, coconuts, and of course things that don't bear fruit that are just as beautiful. And nature is so strong here, you can grow anything, and as you can see, it's always trying to take things back that man neglects. So that's it for week number 2 and the beautiful island. And well, it was so nice here, we thought we might have to go off and explore the other islands as well. Until then, aloha. The real deal. By the way, you know that delicious stuff you buy at the coconut shell at the airport? We found it in a carton at the store. It goes for a shocking $15 for a quart, but I think it's worth it at least once.